People are doing whatever they can to keep their car for as long as possible. And considering that a price of a new pickup truck is about what a starter home costed 30 years ago, I'm not surprised. I mean, these prices are so high, hearing that somebody has a car note of $700 to $1,000 has become normal. And we've all heard they don't make them like they used to, right? Well, with cars, that seems to be especially true. I mean, now what are we getting? We're getting a computer on wheels that listens and watches every single thing that we do. But let's see what people like you and me are saying out there about these new cars and why so many people are deciding to stay with that old beater.
5 reasons why I drive a 20-year-old paid-off car instead of getting a new one. I'm Taylor, and I share the imperfections of my life, like how I drive a 2006 Toyota Camry. I was gifted this car over 10 years ago, already paid off, and here's why I keep it instead of buying a new car. Number 1, I don't have a car payment, which allows me to put that money toward investing for retirement and saving for my wedding instead. Number 2, I upgraded my stereo years ago so I can still listen to music and podcasts whenever I want. Number 3, my car is simple. There aren't a ton of gizmos and gadgets. It's a very minimal car, and I like the simplicity of it. Number 4, if someone were to accidentally bump into my car and scratch it, I would be a little bummed, but not like I would be if my car was brand new. My car has plenty of paint chips and random scratches that I've just accepted at this point. Number 5, being debt-free is a great feeling. When I paid off my student loans 5 years ago, I learned just how stressful having debt can be. Right now, I would rather be debt-free driving around my grandpa car than in debt driving something else. One day I'll get myself something a little more modern with upgraded safety features, but for now, this car works great. What do you think about this?
If you're thinking about buying an older car, the benefits go way beyond just saving money. So let me tell you about both the benefits and drawbacks of driving something that's older, maybe even a beater. As most of us know, older cars usually have a lot more problems with them, especially if you live in an area where there's rust. There's a much higher need for there to be repairs more consistently than for newer cars. At the same time, though, older cars are a lot easier to repair. For me, learning how to work on my 1990 Camry has been so rewarding. I had never worked on cars before, and just finding the manual for free and being able to do stuff myself has really helped me with my own self-confidence and problem-solving skills. I've also saved a ton of money on parts and labor by doing stuff myself. The second pair has to do with the driving experience. So with older cars, they're also way less safe. This car that I drive does not even have airbags. In addition, these automatic seatbelts, they have when you yank a seatbelt and they stop? If I were to get in a crash, probably wouldn't be good. At the same time, the aspects of the car that make it unsafe also, to me, make it more of a sensory experience when I'm driving. Having the little vibrations, the shakes, the clicks, helps me to stay focused on what I'm doing and to stay focused on the road. Finally, I think all of this culminates in this idea of ownership. If you can afford to buy an older car in cash versus having a car payment, to me, it creates this sensation of actually owning and being accountable for something. Being accountable for a machine that has a huge effect on your lifestyle, where you go, how reliably you can get to work, all this stuff really reflects on your values. So I'm aware that buying older cars is not for everybody. Everybody has their preferences. Some people like the features of newer cars, the computers, the Apple CarPlay. For me, driving something older that I can work on and take ownership of, and also just have this driving experience of the car literally purring when you turn it on, is so worth the drawbacks of safety, especially when I don't drive it super far.
See this car? This is my 2008 Volvo XC90. People sometimes ask me why I drive such an old car, especially somebody who's a real estate professional who sometimes society expects to drive a nicer vehicle. But here's the deal. I'd rather save that money every month or invest it than to drive around some fancy car. I know, you're probably saying, oh, but old cars need a lot of work and maintenance and stuff. And yeah, that is true to an extent. I did just put $2,000 into it. And you're right, if I divide $2,000 by 12 months, that's about $166 a month that I will have put in it for the next year. But that's better than $1,000 a month. And I'm a simple gal. I don't need anything fancy. So the point is, if you want to build retirement income, drive an old car.
This right here is probably why I will never own a new car ever again. Feel me? My taillight is out. How do I know? I got pulled over last night and he told me my taillight was out. You ready for this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 screws, whole thing. pops right off. Push, turn. How about that? Look at how easy that was. New bulb. Shout out O'Reilly. Thanks, buddy. Push, twist. Whee! New bulb in, screw back in. While daughter is mad in the back. And she turns into a helper. Oh, get it back in there. There. And even though it's bright outside, you can see the bulb is working in there. Look, there's things on new cars that are easy to fix, but this 2000 Tacoma, I literally bought this thing because 90% of the shit that it takes to maintain this car, I can do by myself and save myself a shit ton of money. So, catch y'all later.
So, all right. So you got into a bad deal, unfortunately. In August of 2024, you bought a 2024 Kia Forte. APR is about 29%.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. Your payments are $819 a month. You owe $25,000. You want us to buy it? Is that what you want us to do?
The purchase was pretty new, so I know like it's probably not possible, but like whatever you feel is best, I'll say.
How much is your insurance a month?
So my insurance a month is like $450.
$450 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the reason why I asked that is everybody who buys a car or currently has a car should account for insurance being part of an expense for the vehicle. And since the Kia Forte is, I don't know if you remember the Kia Boys. I'm pretty sure the 2024. Do you have the turnkey or do you have the push start?
The turnkey.
Got you. So the reason why the insurance is so expensive is because they'll be easily stolen. So that's why insurance companies, and I even know insurance companies now that don't even insure them anymore. So it's really hard to sell them. So a lot of dealerships aren't buying them per se. What's your credit score?
So my credit score is about 550. Like I've been working on establishing it because I didn't really know much about credit until recently. So
what's a normal car payment in 2026?
Probably like $600-700 now.
What's a normal car payment for 2026?
Probably over 800.
What's a normal car payment for 2026?
$1,000.
You think that's normal?
That is normal.
What is a normal car payment for 2026?
I would have to say around 800.
What's a normal car payment for 2026?
I'd say probably like anywhere from the range between $600 to $800 a month.
What's a normal car payment for 2026?
$800 roughly.
The amount of money you need to make to afford the average car in 2026 is absolutely insane. So for context, the average MSRP of a new car is now $51,288, and I ran the numbers for you. Let's take this Toyota Highlander. This runs close to $50,000, and if you make a 20% down payment, you're still going to end up with a monthly car payment of $773 per month. That's before any car insurance, maintenance, or fuel costs, and I looked those up for this car in particular, and that adds about $348 a month to your transportation costs. That means your total transportation costs per month are $1,121 per month, and don't forget you also put $10,000 down to get this car in the first place. If we use the 24/10 rule, it shows us that we need to put down at least 20% and then keep our total transportation costs under 10% of your monthly income. So the income that you need to comfortably afford this car is $134,520 per year. But it gets worse because I used a 5-year financing term instead of 4 years like the rule suggests. Now, if I use 4 years, then your corresponding transportation cost per month goes up to $1,287 a month. That means the gross salary that you should be making in order to comfortably afford this car is $154,440 per year to afford a Toyota Highlander. So let me know what you think about this in the comments.
Many new cars have this feature that I'm going to call the Eye of Sauron. This is a driver monitor system that watches your eyes to see what you're looking at if you're paying attention, all of that. To make things even worse, you can't truly fully disable this. You can disable some of the warnings, but it'll always be watching you. You pair that with the fact that the automakers also have your GPS coordinates at all times. And now you can see why I call this the Eye of Sauron. They're always watching. And finally, this version is very easy to see, but automakers are looking to maybe put some driver monitors up in this area, hide it in the dash, maybe somewhere in the steering wheel. In the future, you won't be able to tell that your car has it, so maybe it's time to buy an old car.
So your vehicles will now be spying on you, and not just spying on you with video and audio surveillance, but they're going to be sending out information to local police departments. They're going to be sending out information to your car insurance company, telling them how fast you drive, how fast you go around corners, or how often you hit the brakes heavily so that they can raise the rates of your insurance. And if you don't believe that, here's just a few proofs. In 2021, the U.S. government passed legislation that by 2027, all of this information, all of this technology must be in all vehicles sold in America. And as you can see over here, it is already being done. It's already being implemented. Folks, you're now being spied on by your own car. Welcome to America. Late stage capitalism at its finest. And you know how these companies are working together? Because they're all owned by the same three companies. The car companies and the insurance companies and the tech companies are all owned by BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard. You're welcome.
Hey there, y'all. It's Farmer Tom. And people call me crazy because I get around by horse. But looks like some of y'all gonna be joining me soon. Besides, the chicks dig it. This is just insane, guys. These prices are ridiculous. And now you take into account that they're literally spying on you. They're gonna be tracking every little movement you do. It's no wonder so many people want to stick with that old beater that doesn't have all this fancy tech in it. I myself will never buy new again. I bought a new car beginning of 2018. Ended up paying payments on it for 5 years and super high insurance because you got to have full coverage and all that for it. And it was just such a stupid decision. I'll never buy new again unless maybe I become a millionaire. Then I might buy myself a little something. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Are you okay with all this new surveillance in these cars? Are you okay with these super high prices? Do you think these new cars are really worth that money? Or are you driving old Betty till the wheels fall off? Let me know either way. Anyways, it's been fun. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.